Hey loves, and welcome to Heart Love Messages. My name is Crystal. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So tonight I have a love message from your person. I will be pulling from this deck here just to see how your person is currently feeling, how they are currently viewing you and or your connection, as well as any other important messages that they may have for you at this time, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get a very clear and concise message directly from their heart space. Okay. So the first message we have here is, you are so dangerous. Wow. So this is a masculine that has a very, very strong opinion about you, Divine Feminine, because I just got clearly rule breaker, okay? So there's a masculine in your energy field who literally sits back and watches you. You may not be aware of this, but they watch the way you move. They watch the way you interact with others. And they're actually fascinated by what they see, okay? So if you're wondering how your person is currently viewing you, this is how they would describe you, as someone who is dangerous. And I'm not picking up on a negative connotation with this in any way. There's a very lighthearted energy coming through with this. What's interesting is that they don't think that you understand how you're being perceived from the outside looking in, not only by them, but by everyone else around you. And they wonder if you know this about yourself, okay? They also wonder if you were always like this. But at the root of this masculine is genuinely confused by the way you live your life. But what's funny is they cannot seem to look away, okay? This is someone who finds you very, very appealing. And they feel this way about you because it's almost like you were given a different set of rules to play by. It's something about the way you live your life that seems very unrealistic or even undoable for the average person, but it works for you very, very well, okay? I'm also getting something here about masculine energy in general. So this may be giving you an overview of not only how you're being viewed by your person, but how you are being viewed by just the masculine energies that are in your everyday life. You may notice that a lot of them seek you out. A lot of them are drawn to you in this really, really mysterious kind of way. This is not by accident. It is definitely something about your aura, okay? And it's very different from anything that they've ever experienced before. It's like you have insight on masculine energy or the way that they process information, because a lot of the things that you do or say catch them completely off guard, especially your person. And it's because of the way you process information. This is definitely your most attractive quality to this person. They also view you as a feminine energy that has mastered this ability to take their focus off of your appearance and to draw them into your mental process. And this is not an easy thing for most feminine energies to do, but you do this effortlessly, okay? And you may not even be aware of this. I'm getting that this is so just embedded and coded into who you are that you don't even notice the type of effect it's having on your person. This is something about you that they've never brought to your attention, but it's definitely one thing that has made you stand out and hold their attention for as long as you have. I'm also getting that this is someone who feels like you get away with a lot, okay? Things that they wouldn't usually go for, things that they usually wouldn't be down for, you seem to have this charming way of getting their attention, okay? And it happens so smoothly that they don't even realize this until you're out of the conversation or until it's an afterthought, okay? This is someone who definitely may feel like you have the upper hand in some kind of way. And it's not because of who you are, it's because of what you know. And they feel like you could be currently using this to your advantage. And the way that they would describe it is dangerous. So just already tapping into that energy, this is a very, very powerful feminine energy. okay, that I'm picking up on. And your aura kind of goes before you. And it really, really has the attention of your person. This is someone who watches you, not only in how you live your life, but they watch how other people respond to you. And it's kind of like confirmation of what they're feeling about you at this time, okay? Let's get the next message here. Yeah. So the next message we have here is, you can read my mind and my heart. I'm getting something about eye contact with this card here. So it's your eyes that are telling on you, Divine Feminine. So there's something very particular about your eyes that tells a very different story than what this masculine sees, okay? And because they're so drawn to what they see, they may actually stare at you a lot. It's almost as if they're trying to read you. I keep picking up on this energy of someone who watches you, someone who studies you. And not in a creepy way. It's almost like they're fascinated, like they cannot look away from you, okay? Like I mentioned before, this is definitely a very specific reading for a very particular feminine energy. This is very detailed, very like laser focused. Okay, so you will definitely know if this is you, but I'm getting clearly that you're operating in your gifts. So not only are you very aware of who you are, but you live your life in a way that communicates that about you clearly, okay? But you also don't lead with this. This is just something very natural to you. But every time this masculine is either in your presence or in communication with you, they get this gut feeling that you know something about them. But I'm getting clearly that the truth is, you just know about masculine energy in general. Okay, so you may have had many situations where you've had to interact with masculine energy. It's almost like this is a skill set for you in some way, but this is the energetics of it. Okay, you were born with the ability to read energy very, very well. So when they're in your presence, it unconsciously makes them draw close to you. And more specifically, you have a way of communicating or navigating conversations in a way that just flows, okay? It doesn't feel overbearing. It doesn't feel abrasive. You may also ask a lot of questions, but you ask in a way that really gets this masculine to open up and reveal things about themselves that they may have tried to keep hidden for a very, very long time, or from very specific people, okay? It definitely feels like you were created or designed in a way where you get access, okay? And this is pointing specifically to masculine energy. So you may casually speak on topics that just open their heart space and kind of redirects their energy back within. And what's interesting about this is that while you may be doing this to get to know them, they're actually getting to know themselves as well, or tapping into emotions that others just don't have access to. This is someone who may actually think that you're a mind reader, okay? But I'm getting clearly that your eye contact is not normal. It's very healing in a way, because you don't just look at people, you see them, okay? So if you've been picking up on the fact that this masculine is pulling close to you, it's because they feel seen. And that's the only reason why they keep seeking you out or feeling this pull towards you, because you have been set apart from everyone else. And I'm also getting that you know this as well, Divine Feminine, because you can read into everything that they say and do. Yeah, so from this masculine's point of view, there's no one like you in their life right now. And they don't ever think that they're going to come across another soul like you in this lifetime. And that's what's making them very, very drawn to you. There's something very spiritual about this energy that's coming through as well. And this is also tapping into why your person feels like you're dangerous, because they literally feel like you were created or cultivated in a way where you have like this insight on the way that their mind works or the way that they operate. They're extremely fascinated by you in a way that makes it very, very hard for them to focus on anything else, okay? Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message we have here is, am I wrong for feeling this way? This is a question that they've asked themselves many, many times when it comes to you. And it stems from the way that they view you and also how they feel about you. I'm getting this doesn't make sense very, very clearly. So this masculine is definitely spending some time trying to process how they feel about you and why they have this intense attraction to you. I feel like this is also highlighting the type of bond or connection that you have with this masculine, okay? This may be someone that you're not in a relationship with, but there's definitely something that's holding the two of you together. This is also why they view you as dangerous, Divine Feminine, because you make them question their own ways of thinking or their own reason for staying bonded to you. There's something about the way they feel about you that may not coincide with the way their previous connections unfolded. The order of this connection may be backwards in some way. I'm also getting something very clearly about details. So this is a masculine energy who may be very, very detail oriented. They pick up on things that you may not even notice that they're paying attention to, okay? And right now their focus is on how you live your life and how you interact with the world around you, Divine Feminine. Something about this way of life feels dangerous to your person, but at the same time they like it. So they've been asking themselves this question: are they wrong for feeling this way about you? Are they wrong for having such strong emotions towards you when you're technically not committed in the 3D? Okay? This is someone who definitely wants to go deeper with you in an attempt to know how you live your life. The way that your connection unfolded didn't really give your person or you the opportunity to really form a solid link in the 3D. And this is what makes them feel wrong in some way, because everything that they feel for you actually goes against the way that they were living their lives before they met you. And they may have multiple moments when they're with you or when they're speaking with you when they have to legit stop themselves and ask if they're wrong for feeling the way that they feel about you, okay? So this is a connection that may not be traditional at all. I'm definitely getting kind of backwards energy where it could have been very, very fast up front. There could be very, very intense feelings that you both feel for one another. And as far as you specifically, Divine Feminine, this is someone who is attracted to your way of life. And something about that may even go against their principles or the way that they feel a relationship should be unfolding naturally. But what's interesting is that this is the same thing that's keeping them bonded to you, okay? Something about it feels right. Yeah, so there's definitely heavy magnetism coming from your aura where they cannot take their eyes off of you, okay? But something about it makes them question themselves. Let's get the next message here. Wow. The next message we have here is, I'm afraid of who I am becoming. Wow. Okay. If you're resonating with this message so far, this masculine is beginning to feel like you were sent to them to show them something, okay? Very specific. And the more they are around you, the more they're finding out what this is. Divine Feminine, you may be the first highly spiritual feminine energy that they've ever been with. And while this may be a normal way of life for you, it's almost as if they wish that you could see yourself from their point of view. You are someone who marches to the own beat of your drum. It's kind of like you're living on your own planet and you see the world in different colors or something, okay? But this actually works for you. This is a very beautiful energy here where this masculine is realizing that there's more. You're connected to someone who is very, very third dimensional, okay? And this is where you differ the most. You think different, divine feminine. You're someone who believes in divine timing and seeing signs and all of these things that they may think is silly, okay? But the more they watch you, they're intrigued not only by your belief, but by the actions that you take on behalf of your beliefs as well. So this masculine is realizing that there are higher forces assisting you in this lifetime. And you are so in tune with the universe that they see the way you move as a little dangerous, okay? But I'm getting clearly that you don't behave in a way a typical feminine energy would behave. And this is because your entire existence is under divine guidance. So if you're wondering why this very particular masculine energy continues to seek you out or constantly finds their way back to you, it's because you are standing out in their world, okay? And you're having this effect on them. You could be making them feel indifferent to their own surroundings. So with this card here, I'm afraid of who I'm becoming. You're rubbing off on this masculine, okay? And they feel like just being in your energy, you're rubbing off whatever this is that you're made of onto them. And now they're looking around and questioning what's real and what's fake in their environment, okay? And they're doing this simply because of how you live your life. This is someone who may have a fear that everything that they attach meaning to really doesn't have meaning in the grand scheme of things. But more importantly, they're afraid of what these feelings mean, okay? This is someone who attaches this current phase or this current awakening or realization in their journey to you, divine feminine. And this is why they always somehow find their way to you. What's also interesting about this is that the energy coming through with this reading is so light, okay? So this may be really innocent on the surface. And this is pertaining to the things that you speak about. You could talk about very general topics. It may not even be that deep, but your perspective or the way that you piece things together, divine feminine, always seems to touch on a deeper aspect of whatever the topic may be. And the way this energy is coming through, it feels like it had to happen this way, okay? This awakening that they're going through, it had to unfold in this way with you being the vessel because you were created in a way that grabs their attention. This is about your feminine essence and the masculine essence. It's almost as if this person was living in black and white and you came and brought color to their world, okay? And when you're not present, you also take all of this with you. And this is what makes them feel indifferent. This is definitely a masculine energy who feels like you represent the lighter side of life. And they only feel this way by what they see. But underneath that, this is a masculine who understands the work that you had to do to get here, okay? This is what makes you stand out. This is what separates you from everybody else. This is also what makes you dangerous in their eyes because you have faith. You have belief in your movement, in the things that you say. You know, when you see people, you look into people. You know, you may be very, very big on eye contact. There's something about you making a deep connection with every soul that you come in contact with that kind of just stops them in their tracks, okay? This is a very, very beautiful quality. And this is something that you may not even be aware of or how it affects other people, but it's having a major effect on this masculine energy right here, okay? It's almost like you were sent to them to show them that there's another way to do life. And the more time that you spend together, the more this masculine begins to tap into the more spiritual essence of not only this connection and love, but in the world as well. It's almost as if being in connection with you is opening up their mind to a totally new reality. And on one hand, this feels absolutely beautiful because it's something new. It's something that they haven't experienced before, especially through the energy of love. But on the other hand, they definitely feel like you're dangerous because you're literally walking this earth with information and insight and the ability to see things that other people clearly cannot see. And you live your life in this way. This is something that is really mind-blowing to this masculine, okay? It also makes you extremely attractive because this masculine feels like being with you is tapping into a source of power that they didn't even know existed. And you're standing out so much because they feel like this is only accessible through you, divine feminine, okay? It's never been presented to them in this way or through another vessel. So you're definitely standing out in their minds and their hearts at this time. Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message we have is, I know exactly who you are to me. Yeah. Everything is starting to come together. This is a connection that's kind of coming together in doses, okay? And it's unfolding this way because you and your person are very powerful, but your power comes from two different places. This is the type of dynamic where the both of you were coded with very specific things, okay? You're connected to a masculine energy who may be highly third dimensional, okay? They have a clear understanding of how the physical realm works. They may be very sturdy. They could be very understanding, very structured in their personal or professional lives. But divine feminine, you have complete understanding of the unseen realm. And that's why you're being viewed in such an intense way, because you can see what other people can't see. And you have such divine insight, and you're not afraid to live your life in this way, okay? There's such power in the both of your stances individually that when you come together, you have real potential for making changes in the world. But this is heavily based on the balancing of your energies. So with this card here, this masculine feels like they know who you are to them simply on the basis that they've never met anyone like you. And the fact that your energy is so pulling, like it literally feels like they're being pulled in your direction. And this may be totally out of their control, but it's actually the similarities within your energetic makeup that they deeply resonate with. And it makes it very, very hard for them to look away from you. It also makes them hard for them to consider any options, okay? So I just keep getting the energy of standing out. I feel like that's just the overall energy of this reading. Your spiritual essence, the way that you live life, you really being the embodiment of the divine feminine and what that really looks like, to love a feminine energy that really lives in accordance to your divine design. You may feel like it's normal. You know, you may really practice a lot of self-care. You could practice a lot of healing modalities. You do things to strengthen your aura. And this is the way that the world is responding to you. Okay, people take notice. You literally stick out like a sore thumb, divine feminine. And I feel like this masculine in your energy field just really wants you to know how they're viewing you. So if this was a concern of yours, if you were wondering, you know, how your energies kind of align together because your person was so 3D or because you were so different, maybe they don't believe everything that you believe, but you're beginning to rub off on them in a major, major way, okay? This is also highlighting the balancing of the masculine and feminine energies in this connection. This is really, really beautiful energy. Let's get the last message here. Wow. Yeah, so the last message we have here is, you should be here right now. Yeah, this is a message directly from their heart space. They're beginning to shift from wanting you to feeling like they need you, okay? And this is the stage that happens with the divine masculine when they have received so much spiritual insight that their world begins to literally shift. And because they're open to this type of divine insight, they may be seeing a lot of signs right now. And all of the signs that they're receiving is pointing directly to you, Divine Feminine. I'm also getting that the both of you may be receiving signs, but in different ways. Divine Feminine, you may be getting signs. I'm getting specifically 2, okay? So you could be getting signs that are appearing under the frequency of 2. You may be seeing 222. You may be seeing things in pairs. You may even be seeing 1111. And this is to let you know that this soul is drawing close to you at this time. There may even be this energy or this feeling where you feel like you're beginning to make room in your life and you don't even understand why, okay? Make room for new energy. And this is because the energy of alignment is over your life and this connection. Your masculine, however, is receiving very physical signs, but to them, things may be shifting in their world. Things may even be falling away. And this is happening for the same reason, but it's manifesting in different ways. This is the universe's way of bringing out what's really in your heart space. But because this masculine energy is so grounded in the 3D, this will always look a little different from their point of view, okay? So if you're wondering how they're feeling about you at this current time, this is someone who wants you closer. I'm also getting something about commitment as well. This is someone who feels like you're already committed to one another, okay? They may not be able to explain this, but this is very, very real to them. Divine Feminine, you may feel this way as well. So you both may be ready for this merging of your energies in the 3D, maybe in a more intimate way. But this is coming from them feeling the effects of your spiritual awareness and the level of authority that you walk through life with as the feminine. This masculine views you as an asset, okay? And they're at this place where they're tired of experiencing you in doses. They want you to be where they are in the physical. And they're beginning to feel like you need one another because everything outside of this bond is beginning to look unappealing to them, okay? And this is not to say that they feel like other people, places, or things lack importance, but they definitely feel like what they share with you is becoming a priority, and the things in their lives have definitely been out of order. So in a way, they could be taking inventory and really feeling the need to put everything in its proper place, okay? With you and this connection being very, very, very high up on that list. So this is definitely a connection that is evolving in a very, very real way. And it's happening in this way because you're really holding a very authentic stance right now as the feminine energy, being bold, being yourself, really living from your heart space. And this is having a massive effect on this masculine that's in your life, okay? So definitely pay attention to the signs that you are receiving. I keep getting the vibration of 2, so you may be seeing a lot of pairs. There could be unions happening, reunions happening at this time, but there's something about the merging of the souls, okay? This could be an internal process as well. And this is happening because the energy of alignment is definitely over your connection at this time, okay? Okay, loves, I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you resonated with this message, please be sure to hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.